Hey everybody, I'm Rick Beato, and today's Everything Music is called How to Solo Without a Lead Sheet. You know when your friend asks you to come up and sit in on a gig, and then they play a tune that you don't know, and you got to play by ear? That's what we're talking about coming up next. Okay, so I have Aaron, my new assistant, who's from Berkeley. He's going to be here all summer playing piano for me. And we're going to start with something simple that you might encounter on a gig, a simple progression. Aaron, why don't you play something here? Okay, so I hear the first chord. Let's just stop there. Okay, so I heard two chords there. Obviously, the first chord is a major chord. So I know I'm going to be playing over some type of major. And then the second chord was a major chord. So play me the first chord again. Okay, so he sounds like he's playing a C major with an add 9. So I'm playing in C, and then go to the second chord. G major. I can hear it's a 4-1 cadence, so play the first chord again. The first chord then, because of the second chord I know, da boo ba ba ba, that's a Lydian scale. Okay, but so far we're diatonic, we have two chords, so play the first two chords again. And then third chord. Okay, I hear a minor chord there. That's obviously a 6 minor. And then what's the last chord? Okay. That's a 5 chord. So the chord progression he did was a 4-1-6-5. Now, this is a typical progression that you'll be faced with since every pop song is written with this same chord progression. So this is kind of easy, but let's say that you're just kind of trying to figure out what to play on it. These types of progressions are actually difficult to play on because they're all diatonic. Now, most people think they're easy to play on, but they're not, because you got to play the right notes at the right time. You can't just run scales. If you run scales, play the progression in time here, Aaron. If you're running... Then you get on notes like this, the B on that D chord, which sounds horrendous, okay? Now, play it again. Okay, now I'm leading this. I heard that one time. I was like, I started on E, the third. Play it again. To the third of the G major. That resolution, I'm resolving to strong chord tones, so you can really hear where the progression is going. Though it's a very simple progression, I'm still outlining it like I'd be if I was playing over 1-6-2-5. Play again. I'm going to start resolve to the third, to the fifth, to the third, to the fifth of the C, to the third of the G major, to the fifth of D, fifth of C. So that actually gets pretty easy if you know where the chord tones are. So I'm using a combination of scale tones and chord tones. I know I'm in G major, so I know where those notes are in the scale, but if I'm down here and you play the C chord, play just C, hold on it. It's good. A pentatonic would work too, but that when I'm just using like a major add 9 sound, that really brings out the sound of the chord. If the chord was held a little longer, play it one more time. I might be able to get it. If you play that Lydian sound, you've given away the D chord already. You've given away the sound of it. Now the Lydian sounds cool on it, but But don't sacrifice those great notes over the next chords that are coming up by playing them already on this. You want to save those notes to make the listener sound like there's a progression happening. Play the C chord again. So I have G. So I'm playing G at 9. And then E minor. Going. You can hear that resolution from the C. Play the C again. When I hit those chord tones on the strong beats, it's like, he knows where he's going. You give your line direction. Now, if we were to play a little bit more difficult chord progression, and start play a chord here. Okay, so this is obviously, and I know this because I hear the sound of it. It's a dominant 11 chord. Okay, so that's going to require a Mixolydian scale. Play it again. Ba 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 ba. So I'm singing the chord scale. Play it again. Okay, then the next chord. I'm hearing this F sharp Aeolian sound. Play it again. Da, 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 da. Play it again. And the next chord. Play it again. That's obviously a Lydian augmented chord, and I know that because I know the sound of a Lydian augmented chord. So that's an A major chord over F. Da boo ba da da. Play it again. Da boo da 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 do. Let's go back to the first chord again. Next chord. Then where are we going to go next? Okay, so this is a tricky one. Play it again. So I'm hearing a, what are you playing there? E over F over E, right?
Yep.
Play it again. It's a Phrygian sound. And then what would be next? Okay, that's another Lydian augmented chord. Then next. Okay, tricky. That's an Aeolian sound. Play it again. And then. Okay, that's like a dominant, that's a dominant sound there. So that's. Again. That's a B, it's A major over B. I hear a Mixolydian. As soon as I hear that, play it again. That B flat, bebop dominant scale works great over that. One more time. And then where are you going to go after that? I hear this A Aeolian scale. Da, play it. Da da do da do do da do da da do da do. Again. But he's playing that Lydian sound. Because Aaron knows the right chords to play. And then I I had one bad note there as I was changing my scale. Play it again. And that's an E flat altered scale. It's a sharp 9, sharp 5 chord. Being able to recognize these, this is much harder than playing over 4, 1, 6, 5. This is tricky. Play first chord again. Second chord. Next one. So this is really taking a lot of concentration, knowing when to change notes on these really complex chords. Okay, so I have to change scales and try and make lines up by ear as I'm hearing them. So I'm kind of reacting to the chords. The first time through, you're not going to be able to get it. You're going to have to actually wait and hear the sound that's going to be put out there. Now, you're not going to typically sit in on a jazz gig where somebody's playing chords like that. At least I hope not. That starts to get into really tricky ear training. But if I were to think of the chords now, he played A flat 11, then he played an E chordal over F sharp, F major over, or A major over F, F major over E, G major over E flat, C minor 7 flat 6, or B chordal over C sharp minor 7 flat 6, and then he played A major over B, then he played F Lydian over A, then he played E flat 7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Okay, a great way to practice this is to take a simple progression like we started. You don't have to do the really complex stuff. Take a simple progression like a 4 1 6 5. Take the root note and go sing the scale. Da 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 da. Okay, that's the C Lydian scale. Then I went to the 1 chord. Da 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 da. Sing it and then play it. Then it goes to E minor, which is then da 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 da. Okay, that's E Aeolian, and then it goes to D major. Da, 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 da. So after you do that, then you want to practice what the transition notes are. So take a note from the chord, like C major, for example. Let's say I take the note, do, and find out what the closest note in the next chord is, which is da. Then that note can go, it can actually stay on that note, da, becomes a minor 7, da, and can stay on there again, da, or you can go, da, stay there, da, 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 da. I'm not a great singer, but I know how to convey those notes that I want to play on the chords. That's all for now. Please subscribe here to my Everything Music YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the notification button. That'll let you know when I go live. And also, if you're interested in the Beato book, which has all these concepts in it, you can write me at rickbeato1@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.